One of the things that I just wanted to quickly, if you go to, so Tim Sweeney is very passionate, Twitter, he's obviously very biased in one direction on this. But what I think is great is that you can go through his Twitter and he's showing all these examples of other companies who are now saying, because of this ruling, we are now able to add other features. The Spotify people are saying they're now going to add features that weren't sold on the iOS before because it was not tenable for Spotify to offer this. They now can. And so all of these companies that have been absolutely shafted, if you think about like Uber and how expensive, I know Uber's not a likable company, but it is extremely expensive to run a ride-sharing service.
Wait, was it adding the Apple fee to Uber rides?
No, but they just had to pay Apple this insane fee. Apple isn't doing shit. They aren't providing the maps. They aren't providing it's nothing. I mean, again, technically they are. It should be like a 3% fee. But this has been unbelievably egregious and really hurt the people who make products. And if we're talking about the economy growing out of the debt, getting it back to the high-level stakes, like you have to have people making things and growing. And if Apple is just taking a 30% tax on everybody and hoarding it for no goddamn reason, I am so happy about this. And Google is also following suit. They're also having to do a similar thing.
Yeah, they're in a lawsuit too.
It's not like a full breakup of their monopoly on the app stores, but it in many ways is effectively that. Other ad developers can actually do payments themselves.
So one more thing.
Just say sign up for the Patreon on any platform. Well, actually, no. Sign up on iOS, click the link that takes you to the Patreon site and do it on the Patreon site because you will pay way less.
One last interesting thing with this that I learned from you was that this is a rare moment where US regulation is ahead of places like the EU. Because the EU famously, switched the iPhone to USB-C, like other changes to Apple that they have required. But with this, this is a US only change right now. In Europe, this does not apply if you use these apps.
Quick correction, that is exactly wrong.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's super wrong.
Oh, I trusted you.
Wait, tell me, because
I forget the name of it, Digital Rights Act, 2022, there was a act by the EU that basically enforced this and said companies on the App Store have to be able to link to other things. So this has been in the EU for like 2 years.
Wow.
Some change of this is not being done in the EU because Apple, in true Apple fashion, literally changed their TOS to say, now you can do this, but only if you're within the United States. Like
So EU has had their own set of rules, but it has been looser. They have, I don't know exactly the restrictions, but the EU in 2022 basically forced iOS to do this. So in Tim Sweeney, in his responses, he was like, this now, the process in the United States is now going to match what the EU is. Okay. They might be slightly different because technically they're going to have different, this is an American injunction by an American judge, but they're now roughly on parity.
Okay.
I
mean, I did see all the things on Sweeney's channel. It felt like the end of Star Wars when the Death Star explodes and they go to every planet. Everyone's
dude, fucking
all the different people were happy.
It's unfathomable to just take money for it. It's crazy to me.
So subscribe to us without giving Apple their cut. Join the Patreon, and if you want to see more of this content, we're gonna have a bonus Patreon episode coming up on Lemonade Stand.